Bye, Mrs. Elizabeth.
Where do you think you're going?
What do you mean, Mrs. Elizabeth? I'm leaving. My time's up.
That's fine, but are you sure you finished all your work?
Yes, I've washed, ironed, organized the beds, the bathrooms, taken out the garbage as you told me to. And I've never let anything go missing here either, have I?
Okay, fine. You can even leave, but not before I search your bag.
Search my bag? What do you mean, search my bag?
I want you to put your bag on the table. Dump everything in there. I want to know what you're taking from my house.
All right, Mrs. Elizabeth.
You can leave now, and make sure you're on time tomorrow, because last time you were late with everything, and I pay you for your work, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
May I ask where you're going?
I'm already leaving. Do you need anything, or do you want to search my bag?
Of course I want to search your bag. Have you still not understood what a rule is for people who work in my house?
Okay, fine. I can take things out of the bag.
Whoa, what does this mean?
These apples here, these are the apples you asked me to throw away. And instead of throwing them away, I decided to take them to my children to make them a vitamin at home.
Well, I've changed my mind. Put them back in the fridge.
Yes, I'll put it back in the fridge.
Now you can go.
Mrs. Elizabeth, excuse me, I'll be right there. Do you want to search my bag today?
Yes, of course. But today I want my neighbor, who is a policeman, to be a witness.
I don't understand, Mrs. Elizabeth. Wasn't it just to search my things? To make sure I'm not taking anything into your house? Now you want to call the police?
Of course. I missed some money here at home, and especially in my wallet, and there's only you and me in here.
But you're implying that I...
Got it? I didn't say anything. I just want to search your bag with a witness. You know how these things are, right? Labor issues. The boss is always wrong.
Mrs. Elizabeth, I would never take anything from you. You know that.
I don't know you. Now, if you can wait, I'll call him. Just a minute, okay? Hello? Paulo? Can you stop by the house quickly? It's a private matter, and since you're trustworthy, I wanted you to come over. Thank you very much. I'll be waiting for you.
Mrs. Elizabeth, look, I don't know how that money disappeared. Sometimes you must have kept it somewhere and don't remember. But what I'm sure of is that you don't need this kind of thing.
I'm the one who decides what you need or don't need in my house.
Mrs. Elizabeth.
Oh, he's here. Please open the door.
Excuse me, Mrs. Elizabeth, you called me, you need help.
Yes, Paulo. It's because some money has gone missing in the house, and I suspect my secretary. And I'd like a witness. May I? So I can search her bag.
Of course, no problem, I can testify.
Mrs. Elizabeth, this is a very embarrassing situation for me. Look, I've never taken anything from you, for God's sake.
Oh, I know. After Apple Day. It's logical that I'm going to be suspicious of you, isn't it? Then I'll look.
But Mrs. Elizabeth, those apples you asked me to throw away.
Quiet. Look at this. You told me you didn't have anything in your bag. What about that?
I don't know how it got there, Mrs. Elizabeth. That's not my money.
Of course it's not yours, it's mine. You know you didn't need it, right, Daniela? I've always treated you so well.
Mrs. Elizabeth, if you want to resolve the situation as quickly as possible, I can take you to the police station and you can file a police report.
You can't. You don't have to, but I need to talk to her alone.
All right, whatever you say. If you need me, I'll be waiting for you outside. Strange things. Something's wrong.
Look at this. I have a proposition for you. So we can forget everything that's happened here.
Yes, ma'am.
I offer you to work here for me for a year for free without being paid a penny. And then I'll forget everything that happened here.
Now I understand. So you mean that this whole thing was a setup for me? You wanted me to work for you for free, is that it? But you're very wrong. Even if I were to blame you, which I'm not, this Mrs. Elizabeth is my livelihood. I can't work for you for free.
I was even going to compliment you. I thought you weren't that dumb, but from what I've seen, you're dumber than I thought. And have you forgotten a love that has a witness? And who do you think they'll believe, you or me? You have no choice, my love, not really. Or you'll work for me.
Or jail. But that's not right. Why did you put... The money is not my purse, I'm not paying for it.
But no one will believe a maid like you.
You're under arrest, Mrs. Elizabeth. What you've done here now to hear everything is a crime.